7:10 in the morning at the Ferguson trailhead. We're at the beginning of the trail drops down into the canyon here, right by the water tower. This is the water tower you can see from the highway. Just an absolute beautiful day. You can see the mountains all the way down on the other side of Utah Lake. I kind of caught mine across the valley. You can see three different islands out on the Great Salt Lake at least. And beautiful downtown Salt Lake City. At this point we drop down into the canyon. See up there, beautiful rocky Ferguson Canyon. On the trail, you can learn from some of us who have. You're going to get up towards the top of the creek before it starts its switchback up to the lookout, and you're going to see a little, looks like a well-worn trail. It actually looks like the trail. It's right here, cuts off to the right. Do not take this. This gets steeper and steeper and more precarious as it goes up. I've been told by people that it joins the trail up at the top, although those people have that look and intonation in their voice like, yeah, it joins the trail, I think. So the real trail, and the trail that's in the trail book, stays in the creek bed, stays in the stream bed. Goes off to the side, and you do have some water on the trail. Not a whole lot, but it's a little slippery. It's going to go up maybe 500 feet, a tenth of a mile or thereabout, and you will then cross the stream. You're going to get your feet wet doing that probably. But then the trail becomes dry. It's just absolutely beautiful. So do not turn to the right here. Stay down inside by the creek, on the right-hand side of the creek bed, and you'll have an enjoyable hike. This is the trail junction for Ferguson Canyon Trail and the overlook, which is just a couple hundred feet up from this point. So Ferguson Canyon, backside of Houndstooth, and this way is to the overlook. We're on our way to the overlook. And right here we're looking down into Ferguson Canyon where we started. You can see the water tower, the upper left of the picture. It's looking out towards Salt Lake City, which is actually downtown, is right over beyond the edge of the hillside over there. Beautiful morning. The center of the picture is Mount Olympus. It's a little over 9,000 feet in elevation. Mount Hobbs Triangle Peaks. Then back behind the pine tree in the center is the top of Mount Raymond. Coming back from the overlook, to the right is the trail back down into the canyon, and to the left we're now transitioning over to the Ferguson Canyon Trail. Just past 2 miles from the trailhead, heading up the canyon. One of the problems that you have at this time of the year, especially with the wet winter and late spring that we had, is the foliage on the trail. And needless to say, I'm quite drenched from the knees down. Everything I hit here is just sopping wet. It's a good reason, another reason to have trekking poles, so you can push some of this out of the way. But at the 7,000 foot level, we're at Ferguson's Canyon. The brutal climb up to the meadow. The meadow is just right here in the trees behind us. And the meadow goes back about, almost 3/4 of a mile. But we're looking at the top of Houndstooth right there, so we're even with the top of it. And this climb that I just came up is really just a runoff. It's the creek runoff. And it is a stair-stepping, and you have to really watch for the trail. Storm Mountain, South Storm Mountain in front of us. Just on the other side of that peak is North Storm Mountain. And then this is the saddle. And of course the meadow at the base, at the cirque of Storm Mountain. Finally reached the saddle at the base of Storm Mountain peaks. There's the peaks right here. And of course over down below us is the very rugged terrain going down into Big Cottonwood Canyon. Across the way we have Mount Raymond, and then behind it Gobbler's Knob, and just beyond the ridge over here you can just see poking out behind this ridge is Mount Kessler. This is looking over the edge down into the extremely rugged canyon below. And if you look very carefully towards the center, you'll see the traffic at the Storm Mountain Reservoir area heading up Big Cottonwood Canyon. Out in the distance through the trees is downtown Salt Lake City.